Today, we finally get to go beyond the Chronos and explore Epic Universe. Universal Studios has invited us out to explore this brand new theme park over a month before its official opening, and even hooked us up with a VIP tour to help us see and do as much as possible. We're going to explore all 5 worlds of Epic Universe and experience what I believe are some of the greatest attractions in the world. You guys are not ready for what this epic theme park has in store. Alright, we're doing it, heading on to the bus to Epic Universe. Alright guys, we are off the bus and we are officially here at Epic Universe. I mean, not quite, we're in the parking lot, but we're making our way inside right now. You can see there's a long line of people getting inside, and it's not just content creators and other media influencers, but it is also regular team members and their family members as well. It is going to be a jam-packed full park day. And something I want to mention is that we have a VIP tour guide escorting us around the whole park today. So we're going to be getting a lot done. And I am so beyond hyped to just even get inside. The moment is finally here. You guys can see we have handicap parking right up front, and then back there we have shade structures that are actually solar panels. I do believe that that is going to be the prime parking for Epic Universe. Oh my gosh, guys, there it is, the Chronos Tower. After years and years of waiting, we're finally here, and it is in the flesh. Oh my gosh, I'm not looking at a model at home anymore. It is also important to note that they are still in technical rehearsal, so not everything is going to be open. So over here, this is the main ticket plaza for Epic Universe. You can see an exit only sign right over there. Over here are the security booths. We have our VIP entrance right here and guest services over here. They're going to be able to handle all of your ticketing needs and whatever else you need handled for your visit. Guys, I honestly don't know what to say. We've made it past security, and just take a look at this. Take a look at this. We're here at Epic Universe. It's happening. It is finally happening. The Chronos Tower is spinning. You can see all the medallions. I can't believe this. Oh my god. And take a look at what's written on the Chronos. Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams. All right, now that we've got all of our pictures, all of our videos, it is time to finally walk through the Chronos Tower for the first time ever. Oh my gosh. There's like a heartbeat sound. What's going... There's a heartbeat. Do you guys hear that? Oh my god. What? What is this? What is my life right now? Brand spanking new theme park. We're here. We're doing this. Look at that. The Chronos right behind me. Oh my gosh. This is insane. And the music that's playing here, just right at the entrance of Celestial Park, it's insane. Like, it was just really hyped up earlier. Now it's calmed down a little bit. But if you sit here for a little while and listen to the music, oh my god. So, first things first, everyone is most excited for Dark Universe. So that's where we're heading first. But take a look at this over here. We have a gift shop over here. It's called Other Worlds Mercantile. So this is almost like the main gift shop of Epic Universe, I assume. But, oh my gosh, take a look at this. Wow, that's really cool. And you can see like the Celestians or whoever down there at the bottom. Over here we have the Atlantic restaurant. This is going to be one of those fancy sit-down restaurants. We can see the menu over here. Let's see if we can get a quick shot of it real quick. There's a couple of things over there. You saw it. My group is moving, but it looks really cool. Something that's important to know is that we are on a VIP tour, so we are here with a bunch of other people. So things are going to be very fast-paced. So I'm not going to have time to show you absolutely everything that this park has to offer as far as like all the little details and stuff. But I will, of course, do the best to show you what I can. We're coming up on our very first portal over here to Super Nintendo World. Wow. Oh, that's so cool. The medallion on top, it spins. You have classic 8-bit Mario, and then you have current day Mario. That is so cool. So we're passing by Constellation Carousel, and I just want to show you guys, look at how much room for activities there is over here in front of Constellation Carousel. All of these are lights. That is insane. And possibly water? I don't know. I think they're all lights. but really cool. We're still making our way over there. You can still smell the paint. Like, it is fresh paint galore over here. I can't believe that we are here inside a brand spanking new theme park. Never in my lifetime did I think that I would have this opportunity. And we're here and we're doing it. Oh my gosh, guys, we're here. Our very first portal that we're entering, Dark Universe. It's alive, it's alive. Oh my gosh. My most anticipated land. I decided this a couple of weeks ago that this was my most anticipated land. Oh my God, it's happening. All right, we're doing it. We're walking through our very first portal into the first world of Epic Universe. Look at all the LEDs over here. These screens. Oh my gosh. We are being transported into Darkmoor Village. Do I even want to know what busted out of here? I don't think I want to know. Huh. Oh, okay. You can hear different monsters in there apparently, or something. I don't think we want to be going in there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Darkmoor Village. Oh my gosh, we're here. We're doing this. We're about to step inside. This was just the preamble or prelude, something, preview of what's to come. But, oh my gosh. Wow. Check out that reveal of Frankenstein's manor. What? They're like scientists. They have lab coats and everything? What in the world? That is so cool.
The Count lives forever. 100 years ago and 100 more than that. There was a young nobleman who became obsessed with everlasting life. High in the Carpathian Mountains of Transylvania, he studied dog sorcery at a legendary school. They say that the headmaster was the devil himself.
There's electricity coming from, oh my gosh. You can hear the electricity going through everything. What? Oh my gosh. It's like traveling through the village. That is cool. So what happens at the manor affects the rest of the land, and you can hear it. I'm sure it looks so much better at night. Holy cow. But take a look at this well over here. Actually, sorry. Well.
Mr. Man, can I take a picture with you? If you knew anything about us, you would know. I tough for anonymity. Why on earth would you ask me such a stupid question like that? Good for you. What are you, fashion editor? Unsuccessful. I just got burned by the Invisible Man.
I love how interactive these guys get.
The Invisible Man?
He is going in on him.
Is he the Invisible Man?
Dr. Griffin!
So over here is the entrance to Das Steakhouse, but take a look at this. I love the umbrella. Such a nice touch. The costume looks amazing. That is incredible. Thank you so much. So here's the entrance to the restrooms. We have women over here and men on the right. What happened here? Oh my gosh. That doesn't look very promising. Also, really cool fun fact, all the urinals and the toilets in there are black. That's a really nice touch. I love that. Okay, so unfortunately, the Frankenstein experiment is delayed at the moment, so we're gonna be making our way over to Curse of the Werewolf first. This is a spinning coaster that features a double launch. It's a swing launch, that's what I was looking for. So it launches you once, you go backwards, you launch again, and then you launch a third time. 3 consecutive launches on this ride. I have no idea if I'm gonna fit, but we're gonna be doing a test seat video completely separate from this one, so I'll be sure to let you guys know what I think.
Blah blah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you.
There goes Igor.
You have a fungus growing on your noggin.
So obviously there are no on-ride videos allowed with Curse of the Werewolf, but we are allowed to film the queue and other different elements. So stay tuned for that.
Heck yeah.
Take a look at this gift shop over here. The Guild of Mystics? Okay. Oh my gosh. You can buy like a werewolf helmet. They have werewolf bags and different t-shirts. And here we are, guys. Curse of the Werewolf, our first attraction inside Epic Universe. So for most of the attractions here, we're just gonna be heading on up through the exit. That's just kind of the nature of a VIP tour. So not that big of a deal. We will have plenty of opportunity to walk through the main queue. We did ask about the Frankenstein experiment, and yes, we will get to see the pre-show for that particular attraction. So very excited about that. Okay, so Curse of the Werewolf, that was a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot more easygoing than I thought it would be. This is not an intense coaster by any means. And our tour guide was saying that they're still trying to figure out the science behind what gets you to spin a lot. We were two big guys in one row on one side of the vehicle, and we didn't get that much spin, but it was still a lot of fun. Definitely a great starter coaster for families. Okay, so unfortunately, we do have a bunch of other things that we need to get done on the schedule, so we are making our way out of Dark Universe and heading on over to How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. What I hear is that we're making our way towards the Untrainable Dragon show, which is like one of the headliner shows here in Epic Universe, and I'm really excited to check it out. I don't know if we're gonna be like riding all the attractions and doing everything right at that moment, but we will definitely be checking a lot of things out. But oh my gosh, guys, take a look at this. This is the fountain at the center of the park. It is gorgeous. So much bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Just look at all the plants and vegetation here, all the pretty flowers. I cannot wait to see this at night. This probably looks incredible. Oh my gosh, take a look at Stardust Racers. Oh my gosh. We're gonna be riding this later. You can look straight down the launch tunnel too. Holy cow. Oh my God. I'm not ready for that one. And here we are, guys. How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. Our second portal of Epic Universe. My second most anticipated land. I cannot wait to head on inside. All right, time to head on inside How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. Fun fact for you, this land takes place in between the second and third movies. So at this time, Hiccup is the chief of Berk. So as we walk in, we have a stone with writing on it. It looks like this is the line that Hiccup says at the beginning of the first movie, or second movie? I don't know. Oh my God. Wow. I cannot believe this. I am blown away, the scale of this land. We have Hiccup's wing gliders over there, Dragon Racers Rally. What in the world? This is incredible. Look at how blue the water is. I just want to jump in. It's hot out here today. It is hot out here today, but take a look at these massive statues. And then of course we have the main mountain here in Berk. Oh my gosh, I can't. Can you guys hear the music from the movie? Oh my gosh, that is nuts. Oh my God, we got the baby dragons. Look at them. They're fighting over fish. We got the one with his head all the way in there. Oh my God. I think there's a dragon over here. What do we got? Everyone's pointing their cameras. Oh my gosh.
So, this nose rain is supposed to blow ice and blow wind.
Oh.
At some point, it's will be like icy.
What, you never seen a girl and her dragon before?
No.
You must not come to Berk very often. Hi, Vikings. Good to see you. You want to play your game? You want to play fetch? Oh, I know. You want to play way over there. All right, come on. We'll go play with Hiccup, maybe.
You know, on your...
Wow.
I love how awkward he is.
Save it for them.
I know.
If you're meeting dragon, a good technique is dragons, you know, they have strong senses of smell. Sometimes they'll look at you and make sure you don't have any
He liked it.
like axes or knives or don't have eels. You're wearing stripes. I just want to let you know, some dragons will think you're an eel.
Let's get Hiccup in there.
Interesting
I
stuff.
love it. Thank you, guys.
Would anyone...
Oh my gosh, we just got to meet Toothless and Hiccup. What are the odds of that? The Viking that stands with Toothless cycles throughout the day, so you never really know which Viking you're gonna get. We just so happened to get the Chief. That was incredible. The Toothless meet and greet is fantastic. He's so expressive. Toothless's range of motion is incredible, and you're able to interact with him too. Like if you ask Toothless a question, he will emote and he will answer your question. That was awesome. 10 out of 10 meet and greet, worth it. All right, we are heading on inside the Untrainable Dragon show. I am so flippin' excited for this. So I've seen little bits and pieces of this show as it already exists in Beijing, but now we're getting ready to see it in person and in English. Also, something I want to point out, Gronkle chair. The benches are shaped like dragons. They're like wood carvings of dragons. I love it. Okay, so we just made it inside the theater for the Untrainable Dragon. This theater is a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be. I know the one in Beijing, it's like a big 2-story building and it has a mezzanine seating and everything. So already what I thought I knew about the show is already different, but I am still so excited to see what Universal has cooked up with this show. So they said we're not allowed to film any bit of the show, but I can show you guys what the theater looks like before it starts. Overall, right now, first impressions, it looks really impressive. So I'll see you guys when we're done. I'm finding it very difficult to describe that show. That was incredible. It was insane. It was truly epic. Like, I feel like that show is the embodiment of epic universe. The show has such a strong opening. The special effects are incredible. The puppetry is insane. The story is pretty solid as well. I loved every bit of that show. That was awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I shed a couple of tears during that opening. That was so good. Oh my gosh, do not miss this show. If you can, don't sit towards the front. Do not sit towards the front, kind of sit in the middle of the theater and kind of towards the back. Trust me on that. So check out this fallen tree over here. Little fun fact, this is the tree that Toothless landed on when Hiccup found him. So that's really cool. They ended up carving the story into this tree. Look at that, we have a couple of dragon tails sticking out of houses. So now we're making our way over towards Hiccup's Wing Gliders, the roller coaster of How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. Hey guys, guess what? Bronco butt. Check this out, guys. The level of detail in this land. Oh my gosh. This is the meat hall. This is one of the quick service restaurants here in Isle of Berk. I am just blown away. Here's the entrance to another attraction called Fire Drill. It's a little water boat ride. Oh my gosh. All right, here we are. Hiccup's Wing Gliders, the roller coaster here in Isle of Berk. Let's go find the test seat. So we're about to do Hiccup's Wing Gliders, and something that I learned is that the test seat, let me lower my exposure. Something that I learned is that the test seat is actually inside the attraction by the lockers. There are lockers for this ride. You're not allowed to bring like any small bags with you, so just be aware of that. So we're gonna try and find the test seat real quick before we get on, because I need to verify if I even fit on this thing, and then I will let you know what we do from there. But yeah, let's go ahead and ride, hopefully, maybe. We'll see. So you can see we have the main queue over here, and then they split you off and send you into the locker area. And to my understanding, I'm so sorry, to my understanding, they are double-sided. So when you are done with Hiccup's Wing Gliders, you exit out into a gift shop, which is really cool. Aw, take a look at some of the merch that they have up there. That's adorable. So much How to Train Your Dragon merch. It is insane. And then they have, of course, the plush Gronkles. These are adorable. We have some Zipplebacks over here. We have Stormfly. All right, Hiccup's Wing Gliders. That was a fun roller coaster. Definitely a lot more intense than Curse of the Werewolf, in my opinion. It packs a punch. The onboard audio is great, and I love the storyline and just being able to hear Hiccup and Toothless talk to you throughout the ride. And of course, you have the classic First Flight music playing throughout the whole coaster. It just adds to the atmosphere and the tone of the ride, and it is just perfect. Super smooth roller coaster, multi-launch roller coaster as well. I absolutely loved it, 10 out of 10. One thing I will note though is that the seats are a little bit uncomfortable themselves. The restraint is fine, I fit comfortably, but like the back of the seat, it's not really padded that well, so it felt a little hard on my back. Other than that though, no complaints on the ride. It was phenomenal. So that is so cool how throughout the day they will start playing music from different movies and the fountains back here will match up and sync to it. That is awesome. All right, it is time for lunch. We're gonna be heading on inside the Oak and Star Tavern. Oh my gosh. Wow. It smells incredible in here. All right, so they had a little buffet spread out for us, which was really nice, but I am only gonna be eating one plate because I don't wanna risk being too bloated for some of these other rides that I need to fit on. So we have some mac and cheese, chicken, some beanie weenies, we have some cauliflower, some mango bread, we have some beef brisket, and some pulled pork. Before we head on out of here, I wanna point out a couple of things. This is the Coke Freestyle machine, and take a look at that. They have a special flavor over here, the Celestial Spritz. I didn't try it myself because I'm not much of a soda drinker, but that's still really cool, and I love the Celestial background. Also, they have the good ice, in case you guys are wondering. All right, now that we are done with lunch at Oak and Star Tavern, which by the way was absolutely fantastic, we are making our way over to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which means we may get the opportunity.
I'm totally hijacking this.
It's totally fine, it's totally fine. I see you in there.
I have a quick question for you. Harry Potter, do you know how the author of Harry Potter gets down a hill? Walking. JK, rolling.
I was about to say, there's got to be something with the rolling in there. I love him. But yeah, we may get the opportunity to ride the Battle of the Ministry ride right now, which just opened a couple of days ago. Over the last several weeks that they've been doing team member previews, Battle of the Ministry hasn't been open, and I think we're gonna have the opportunity to ride it today. And I have a few friends who have ridden it already and say that it is the best thing ever. So my expectations are up here, and I am so ready to hop on board. On our way over to the Wizarding World, we are walking by the Helios Grand Hotel. We did have the opportunity to explore this hotel yesterday. That video is already live. I'll link to it down in the description below, so that way you guys can go ahead and check it out. And right next door, we have the entrance to the Blue Dragon restaurant. Currently, it's not open. They're still working on it, putting the finishing touches. We'll make sure to experience that once the park officially opens. But I just still can't get over how gorgeous this park is, man. Oh my goodness. In case you guys are looking for it, it looks like the Family Care Center is over here in between the Helios and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So in case you have any like baby needs, oh, and there's first aid in there as well. So that's really cool to know. All right guys, here we are, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. All right, so once we walk through this portal, we are gonna be transported into 1920s Wizarding Paris. And something that's really cool is that the wands over here are for Harry Potter, Hermione, Ron, and Voldemort. And the wands over here are for Newt Scamander and all the other fantastic beasts, wizards, and witches. But let's head on inside the portal over here. So you can kind of hear the ticking. That's the time turner. So that is us going back in time to 1920s Paris. So they have us going around the side over here. That's really cool. We have like a metro map of Paris, and then we turn this corner over here and we should have a grand reveal. Oh my gosh. This is insane. This is massive. They built this. They built this into a theme park, guys. What in the world? Wow. This is beyond impressive. I am blown away. Universal really did this. And look at that. You have the Basilica, I think that's what it's called, the Basilica back there. The forced perspective is insane. So we just got confirmation we are going straight to the Ministry of Magic. I cannot wait for this. I have heard so many good things. This is supposed to be the ride that ends all rides. Like I said earlier, my expectations are up here and I just cannot wait to experience it. But guys, just check this out. I don't want to walk into anybody, but just look at all of this. Look at what they were able to build here. This place is massive. Oh my gosh. Videos do not do this place justice. It's one thing to see construction photos and to see everything else from a distance, but to actually be here in person and to see the scale of these buildings, like, this is full scale Paris here. This is nuts. And then we have another restaurant over here. There's just so much going on. All right, this is super exciting. So they have the ride closed down just for us on the VIP tour. So you can see it says closed over there. Only people who are part of the media tour are getting on the ride today. So we will have plenty of time to check out the queue and everything else. Attraction entrance, express, and single riders. That's really cool. The Metro flew, Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. What? We are traveling by Flu Powder over to the Ministry. What? All right, we're doing it. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. No way. No way. You cannot be serious right now. So the basic storyline of this attraction is that Dolores Umbridge is up for trial, and we are going to be observing the trial, and things may or may not go wrong. So we'll see, but we need to continue on forward into the Ministry. But the fact that they were able to build this almost one-to-one scale, this is impressive, guys. Oh my gosh. And take a look at that. The legend herself, Dolores Umbridge, she stands trial today. That is nuts. Dolores Umbridge is a character that you just love to hate. I cannot believe this. And take a look at all of these little offices that they have here. Look at them all. Like, they built offices with ceiling fans and everything. And then we have Kingsley over here. I guess he's presiding over everything. I also want to point out the effect of the clouds in the sky in the ceiling. It looks impressive. Very well done. And then they have a very impressive effect that makes it look like it stretches off all the way in that direction as well. That is very well done. Holy cow. Oh, look at that. We have some other wanted posters. I see Fenrir Greyback. We have Electo Caro, Corbin Yaxley. These are all Death Eaters. We have another wanted poster of Walden McNair. We're just going deeper and deeper into the Ministry. Caught, Dolores Umbridge, constant vigilance, on trial today. Caution, prohibited articles and time turners are strongly forbidden inside the Ministry. I know this doesn't look good on camera, but I promise you in person it looks a lot better. It's just my camera that's making it look wonky. These are other ministers of the past.
Some of the most
What?
abuses of authority the wizarding world has ever seen.
What? I'm surprised they brought him back. Look at that. Cornelius Fudge. We don't like this guy.
She did no such thing on my watch.
So we're in a locker room right now, and we have 3 open lockers. This one's for Neville, Ron, and Harry. So they're here at the Ministry training. You can see Harry's firebolt over there. Wait, these are the Longbottoms. That's Neville's parents. Yeah. They got Neville's parents here. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mad Eye.
An orderly fashion, please. Excuse us for his excess.
This is insane. I was not expecting this much detail.
I do understand everyone's excitement. And the
All right, they sent us down a hallway. I think we're getting ready to enter Dolores' office. Yeah, we see all the pinks and the china. All of her stuff is getting packed up. So this is Higgledy, Dolores Umbridge's house elf. And you know what? She's a free elf because she's wearing clothing.
Freedom. And for elves to be receiving mail. Yes, she does. Oh, not that all house elves are wanting this. No.
I love how the cat is following the duster. Oh, and then they have all the cats on the plates. How cute is that? Oh, Coda's gonna love this. All of us here are trying our best to enjoy this while we can because we are never gonna get the opportunity to see the queue this empty again. All right, we were told that just up these stairs is the load platform for Battle of the Ministry. So let's make our way over there now. I'm sure there's an accessible entrance or an elevator to get you up here if necessary, but just be aware, you are gonna have to climb some stairs towards the end. Here's a look at the ride vehicle and where you're getting yourself into. It's like you're getting into a giant elevator. And it's a seatbelt system. Oh my God, wait, what? I was not expecting that. No way. I just want to show you guys the ride vehicle. It's a seatbelt system. It goes from right to left. That was incredible. It's been a long time since I have cried on a ride from happiness, and this was it. This is the best Universal attraction ever. Possibly the best attraction, period. Like, I can't even describe what we just experienced. That was insane. We had no idea what was coming next. For the love of all that is good and holy, do not get yourself spoiled on this ride. Go into this ride as blind as possible because that was something else. Oh my God. This rope drop this attraction. When you get here to Epic Universe, the first thing you do, book it to this ride. Do not miss it because this is what will have the highest wait. Once word of mouth spreads of this ride, forget it. The wait times will be through the roof. Get here early and do it as soon as you can. Oh, and this is so cool. We get to exit out through the Ministry, so you have to take the Metro flu back to 1920s Paris. That is excellent. I love that you get a second opportunity. So that's awesome. You're gonna spend a lot of time in here regardless, but you get the opportunity to come back through here again. Okay, so we're getting ready to head on inside the show, inside the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. It's called Le Cirque Arcanu. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show you like anything inside the theater. Once we walk through these doors, I can't show you guys anything. So we'll head on inside, enjoy the show, and I'll let you know what I think when we're done. Okay, so we just got done with Le Cirque Arcanu. That was a very interesting show, very impressive show. It's a bit of a time commitment. It's very different. It definitely does a good job of transporting you back in time to like an old school circus like you would see in the movies. It definitely felt like we were transported back in that time. Very great set design, very impressive puppetry, impressive magic, and impressive illusions. Like, this is a magic show through and through. Very, very well done. I definitely think that if you're a fan of the Fantastic Beasts franchise, then you're definitely going to get a lot more out of this show than someone who's never seen these movies. You definitely need to have a knowledge of these specific movies in order to get the most out of this show, but it is still really good and really impressive. I was shocked several times throughout the show. Plenty of wow moments. All in all, I really enjoyed it. I definitely think it's worth your time, especially if you're a fan of this franchise. Something else I want to mention real quick is that make sure that you have some time set aside for this show. This show is a time commitment because at the very beginning, there's a pre-show where it's all standing. And between queuing, the pre-show and the actual theater portion, it's almost a 45-minute to an hour time commitment. So make sure you're aware of that. All right, there are so many things to see and do in so little time. So, Les Cirque Arcanu, the entrance is right here. We exited out from that way and we made a left this way. So, if you guys are familiar with the Fantastic Beasts franchise and the Crimes of Grindelwald, you'll recognize this structure over here. This is the entrance to the French Ministry of Magic, which is really cool. We also have a bar over here. This is an American style bar. So things that you can find in the United States, you can find over here at this bar as well. Over there, that building in pink, that is K. Ramel's. That is your sweet shop. And then over here, we have Cosme Acajor. This is going to be your wand shop. And then if we head on down this way, we have a bit of a Nocturne Alley type deal. This is so interesting. So we have another full-blown quick service restaurant in here. I think we're gonna head on inside real quick to check it out. But if you guys are also familiar with the Fantastic Beasts movies, specifically the Crimes of Grindelwald, you'll recognize that sign over there. So this is Nicholas Flamel's house. And fun facts, there's also a hidden spell over there as well. I wanna point out the back side of the arch over here. That is cool. Is that a phoenix? Might be a phoenix, I have no idea. Still very impressive. So as we make our way out of here, I wanted to point out the beasts on the side of the building. So this is all Fantastic Beasts, and this is all Harry Potter. So you can see a Thestral over there, you can see the owls and a dragon, you can see Nifflers over here, and I don't know the names of any of the other creatures, but they're there. All right, guys, it is time for Stardust Racers, the racing and dueling roller coaster here at Epic Universe. Okay, so we just got done with Stardust Racers. We're making our way over to Dark Universe right now. Oh my God, we did both sides. We did yellow and green side. In my opinion, I think green side is a bit more intense than yellow, but they still both have the same top speed. That roller coaster is insane, and I would argue that it is more intense and better than Velocicoaster. I definitely think that Stardust Racers is going to become a lot of coaster enthusiasts' #1 coaster. The airtime on that thing is insane. Oh my God. You thought that you were out of your seat frequently on Velocicoaster? The ejector airtime on this ride cranks it up to a max. You are out of your seat more times than you are in your seat. It is nuts. It's intense, but it is so much fun. If you're a coaster enthusiast and you absolutely love roller coasters, definitely make sure you do both sides because they both offer different experiences. So we're about 3/4 of the way done with our VIP tour. And even with this VIP tour, which is phenomenal, by the way, I highly recommend it, it's gonna be very difficult to get everything done in one day. If you don't have a VIP tour, it's not gonna happen. This park is definitely, at bare minimum, a 2-day park for sure. There's a lot to see and do here, and not just the rides, but there's also so many little details and so many other little things to see around the park that you're gonna wanna stop and observe and enjoy. So just bear that in mind. All right, it is time to make our way back into Dark Universe, but this time to ride Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. So every once in a while, the manor will come alive with electricity, and it'll surge electricity all through the village. You can see in the different windows as well. Wow. So what happens here affects the entire village. Oh, wow.
Briefly delayed. We apologize and will let you know of any further developments.
So we have made it inside the pre-show room for the Frankenstein Experiment. Let's see what we got over here. I didn't even realize this is the ride vehicle right here. Holy cow. So yeah, you can tell that this ride vehicle is exactly the same, well, almost exactly the same as what you can find on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. It's a Kuka arm. So rather than you being connected on the back, you're connected from the bottom. So that's going to provide a very different sensation. So unfortunately, they are experiencing an extended delay, so they don't know when it's going to come back up. It's okay, we still have time before the park closes, so we'll be back a little bit later and we will do our best to get on this ride. It's one of the rides that we tried doing this morning, couldn't do it because it was delayed, so we'll see what happens a little bit later. All right, our final portal of the day is Super Nintendo World. Pretty much everything that you're gonna see here is what we already saw in Japan. But what's really cool is that you take an escalator up to the very top. We of course need to walk through Peach's Castle, which actually, this is a lot bigger than what we had in Japan. Holy cow. Or maybe I'm not remembering things properly. But either way, we're about to make our way inside Super Nintendo World proper. And take a look at this, guys. It's like we're back in Japan. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to be back, but this time in English. Wow. I cannot believe I can now say I have Super Nintendo World in my backyard. How awesome is this? Look at Mountain Beanpole over here. We have Yoshi's Adventure somewhere over here. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. So speaking from my previous experience with this world over in Japan, be prepared for stairs. This world is stair central. There are a lot of stairs up and down, out and around to get into a lot of the attractions here. So just be aware of that. The first thing we're gonna be hitting though is Donkey Kong Country. It feels so good to be back in Donkey Kong Country. But take a look at that, guys, an immediate difference. We have an actual waterfall over here. In Japan, it's just mist. I tell you guys what, it feels so good to be back in this area, but with elbow room. There's so much room for activities here. Such a difference compared to when we were in Japan, because, oh Lord, that was insane. So we are making our way over to Minecart Madness. Here's one of the mini games that you can play if you have a power-up band. It's to wake up Rambi the Rhino. So if you do this correctly, he comes out and says hello. All right, it is time to ride Donkey Kong Minecart Madness. We had a blast with this ride over in Japan, so I'm very excited to ride it here. Oof, Donkey Kong Minecart Madness. I forgot just how irky, jerky, and bumpy that ride is. You'll get thrown around a lot on that ride. And there was a part where our restraint actually like clamped down a little bit more in the middle of the ride. So made for a bit more of an uncomfortable experience, but it's still worth it to do it at least once. Like if you're younger and aren't like bothered by being shaken around, then this ride is totally fine for you. You're gonna have an absolute blast. If you're getting a little bit older like me, then it might be a one and done. All right, so our time here in Super Nintendo World is coming to a close. The VIP tour is over. We're pretty much on our own for the next 30 minutes until our bus leaves. So we need to make our way back over to Dark Universe in order to get the test seat for the Frankenstein experiment. And unfortunately, we got the news that that attraction is closed down for the rest of the day and it's not gonna be reopening. So the one ride we really wanted to do and we tried doing first thing in the morning, we didn't get a chance to do today during our VIP tour, which is really unfortunate, but it's fine. I will have plenty of opportunity to ride it at a later date, but we still need to go back over there to get the test seat filmed and done for you guys. Before we make our way to the front of the park, I just wanted to show you guys Constellation Carousel. This is a family carousel ride over here at the center of Epic Universe. Let's take a look inside. Holy cow, guys, take a look at this. This thing is massive. And take a look at all the details and stars on the ceiling and all the rotating circles. Wow. So this whole thing moves, and then there are individual smaller platforms that move as well. That is awesome. We're not gonna have time to see this thing in action, but it's still really cool. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, our time here at Epic Universe has come to an end. This was, for lack of better words, a truly epic day. We can't believe this park is actually real, and the fact that we have this in our backyards makes everything so much more exciting. Epic Universe is a game changer for theme parks and sets a new standard for theme park attractions, not only in the United States, but across the globe as well. There is still so much more of this park to see, and you best believe we will be back as soon as we can to discover more of this incredible park. I want to give a huge thank you you to Universal Studios for inviting us out for this once-in-a-lifetime media event, and I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for supporting me over these last 7 years and for getting me to where I am today. I'm truly grateful to have each and every one of you watching these crazy videos I make, so again, I just want to say thank you. Our next video is going to be our test seat guide for Epic Universe, so make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss that video when it goes live very soon. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, and evening, and I will see you guys in the next video.